Woke up today, smile on my face. May not go my way, still got my face. So I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
All right, you ready? You up? You on some round?
Hi, I'm Narqueisha Johnson. I had Tater at 25 weeks. He was a preemie. He was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at our regular little hospital in the middle of our neighborhood. He was 1 pound, 13 and a half ounces. His lungs and his heart wasn't fully developed, so we didn't know if he was gonna survive. He ended up catching an infection called necrotizing enterocolitis that ate up most of his small intestines. And then the TP in the lipids, the extra nutritions, it was saving him but also killed his liver. So that's why he needed the small bowel liver and pancreas, because of the medications that he was on in addition to having the infection. It was crazy in Milwaukee. He coded like 3 times one night and they was like, pull the plug, this is it for him. They said, transplant, he wouldn't have a good quality of life. So they suggested us to just let him go. And maybe I was selfish because I didn't want to let him go. And I do feel like because I was young that they were just telling me anything. And I'm like, what if I would have plugged the plug, or what if I would have listened? I mean, look at him now. Yeah. It was one doctor in particular who said that, the transplant, this is his only way of living. Wisconsin Children's Hospital said they couldn't do anything else for him. After reading and praying, we chose to go to Cincinnati Children's.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah? Come on in here.
The medical challenges that Tater faced were innumerable. Like so many kids that go through intestinal transplant, he was on a roller coaster from the beginning.
I always say he was a yellow black boy. He was so yellow because his liver, he was in end-stage liver disease. But Tater was always in good spirits.
I remember being in complete awe of Tater. There was something unique about Tater and his willingness to keep going in his little 5-year-old self that really, really inspired me. He essentially fought the odds in actually getting to transplant, and then faced some uncertain moments in the operating room during his life-saving transplant.
For surgery, Tater is cracking jokes. He's cracking jokes. I'm like, I'm scared, but I'm praying. But, before he went in surgery, I'm like, I love you, you got this. And he's like, I got this. Almost instantly, he started to get his color back. It was amazing to see, like that, a snap of a finger, like his color started to come back.
You look at this little boy who is asking to play basketball in the ICU while very sick, and you want to keep showing up for him. He inspired us to do our jobs better. He still does.
It wouldn't have been right if after surgery they didn't have his basketball room up in ICU, and sure enough, Tater on the breathing tube throwing a basketball.
It was fascinating to me, and this little boy who has a central line in his chest and has a stoma on his belly, and yet he still is smiling and bringing light to the room when his world was relatively dark in comparison to any other 5-year-old. Super strong heart. Love it.
It's good when you have somebody that say, hey, these are your options. This is what I feel is best, but what would you like to do?
Lots of centers have medical expertise. I want to stand out in a way that families actually feel that we are partnering with them with that empathy that isn't necessarily seen as a component of teams.
We had the relationship, if something was going on, we can just call and cry on the phone. that made a big difference. Because in a lot of those times, it feel like it's just you going through that, and it sucks because it's not. But it did make the situation better that you had somebody to relate to you. We will forever be thankful for our donor angel and his or her family, because my child was dying. He was dying, and there was nothing that I can do, and we knew that it was going to take somebody's baby to save his life. I always say, you know, let's live for that person who gave you a second chance at life. You know, always be the best you. Make me proud, make them proud, make yourself proud.
I'll be okay, I'll be okay.
Cincinnati Children is the one hospital that makes the difference in people's lives.
Cincinnati Children is the one that saved my life.